how you can DIY the 5 biggest jean trends this fall. And some of them are no-sew. Hi everyone, I'm Angelina and this is Blueprint DIY, where we make our clothes to be just unique as us, and I am super excited that it seems like we're finally getting a little relief from the summer humidity so we can wear jeans again, because nobody wants to wear jeans when they're sweating like crazy. At least I don't. So I'm super excited, and also because there's so many different styles of jeans trending right now. I mean, there's a lot, and I'm over the moon excited because a lot of them are super easy to DIY, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna do 5 different pairs, and some of them are no-sew. So I know you guys are excited about that, so let's do it. All right, first up is a classic pair of light wash straight legs. These actually fit me absolutely perfect at the top. They go straight down, obviously, because they're called straight legs. And they're not quite as long as I would like. I would like them a little bit longer, but everything else is perfect, so we're gonna work with them. And I only got them for like 50 cents, in spite of the fact that they have quite a big stain, or some stains. It's like somebody tried to hot glue something to it and then took it off later, or it fell off in the wash. You can see here my absolute favorite pair is the wide leg ones with just 2 slits right above the knee, or you can also have them with distressing all over. For these particular pair, because they do have the spots and stains or whatever, we are going to distress them everywhere where there is this glue stuff, and then we're gonna see what we come up with. All right, for this, all you're gonna need is some scissors and maybe a seam ripper. Seam rippers do help if you want to get in there and take out the little threads in between individually, but if you're gonna do this quick and dirty, then you don't necessarily need this. So I'm going to first move the pocket out the way because we don't want to cut the pocket, and then I'm going to find wherever the middle of that stain is, and I'm just gonna use the scissors and make horizontal slits. I'm going to make one at the top, one at the bottom, and since this one is small, I'll just make one in the middle. Just because of the glue, I'll make more. If there were no glue here, if you have sections with no glue, you can go ahead and just rough it up with your hands. Pull out some of those white threads. You want to keep as many of those as possible. That really gives that distressed look. And since we do have the glue, it's going to be a little bit harder, which is why I gave it that extra cut. And see, those blue threads in between are just starting to pull out. You can pull out as many or as few of those as you like. It all depends on how you want your distressing to look. And this is why I said a seam ripper, just because sometimes you can get in there and pull those threads out with the seam ripper. Let's go to this big section here. So what we're gonna do with this is mostly cut it out. Same exact way, we're gonna pinch it and cut it horizontally. I'm gonna cut an extra one because I want some lines to the side, and then I'm gonna do the same thing with these, but of course smaller because they are smaller. So with this, we're just gonna go ahead and cut out. But notice I left some on the sides. We're gonna slit that so that we can get some fray there. And then we'll do the same thing with this. We'll get our thread, start pulling our threads. And don't forget to do this, the bottom too, the bottom and the top. And we'll do the same with these. Pull out those short threads. All right, your goal in this is you want to get out as much of the short blue threads as you desire. It doesn't matter. Like, if you want to leave them, that's fine. But you want to do that at this step right here. Once you are satisfied with the amount of short blue threads, like I'm going to go ahead and take out some more of these. You're going to just go ahead and wash these like normal. Wash them and dry them. Don't hang them up. Put them in the dryer. I know a lot of people don't put their jeans in the dryer, but if you're going to do it like this, I put them in the dryer. And what that does is it distresses them without you working to do it. Okay, and really simple for that, just one long cut like over the knee or right under the knee. And you want to cut it as horizontal as possible or perpendicular to the grain of the denim. And then you want to go ahead and pull out the threads at the top and the bottom. All right, so here they are. You can see that that nice little, the way the washing machine, it's just like bar none, the washing machine to me is just the best way to do it. It does the fray so well. It just does it justice, you know, like it's perfect. Love, love, love these. You can see me wearing them here. I will be making a whole separate video on how I'm going to style these, because this video would have been 50 million miles long if I did each of these jeans justice, showing you how I would style them and what I would style them with. So I'm doing a whole separate video. So I know you guys say sometimes my styling isn't long enough, so you get a whole separate video with me styling each one, telling you what I'm pairing it with, linking in the description box all that I'm pairing it with. I'll just even link my makeup. You guys asked me that, and I'm so bad about it because it's really just a couple of lipsticks, but I'm gonna link everything. So definitely subscribe so you do not miss that, and turn on all notifications so you can know when it comes out. All right, let's go to pair number 2. All right, next up is a classic dark wash denim. Gotta have a good pair of dark wash. And I love, love, love the wash on these. It's just like really consistent, that nice, like even grain running through it. These are a true, like more like a wide leg. They are a little bit big on me, so we are going to attempt to take them in just in the hips, because I don't want a super tight waistband, just in the hips. And then we are going to add, because they are long enough for me, we're actually going to add that deep cuff at the bottom. I have been wanting jeans with a deep cuff, but they're also long enough for me, which most jeans are not long enough for me, but yes, I want to do that. The first thing we're going to do is turn these inside out so that we can attempt to take these in. And I don't really have a curve in my hips, so what I'm going to do is take the curve out of the hip. All right, so all I'm going to do is take a stitch right from the waistband and take it straight down the legs so that it no longer has that curve, it's more straight. And I'll do that on both sides. All right, so here they are after I took them in a bit. You can see I made one line there. Then I tried them on and there was still like a bump out for more curve, which I still don't have. So I had to take them down all the way to the knee. So it was a straight line from the waist all the way to the knee. Now we are going to add our cuffs. I have another pair of dark wash denim jeans. This is just an old pair of low rise. I am not into low rise, or you know, if you have the legs off of your shorts, if you cut off some shorts or what have you, you can do that as well. So I want to just cut off the bottom of these, the distance, whatever length I want my cuffs, plus a little bit of seam allowance. Now, you may notice that these jeans, the base ones that we're using, the legs are wider than the ones we're adding, by quite a bit actually. So we're gonna need an extra amount from off of those jeans. So I'll cut a whole another section, just one, and we'll cut it into 2 pieces. So that means I need to open up one side of my jean. And we're going to sew this together, but we need to figure out exactly how big we need this to be, because you know, we may need just an inch, we may need several inches. All right, so we'll wrap around the edge. You can also add some clips or pins just to make sure it's doing what you want it to do. You can also use fabric glue to attach the, you know, to expand the cuff, and fabric glue to attach it to the jean. All right, so once we have the length, we can go ahead and top stitch it, do a double fold hem. You could even do the double fold hem with glue if you want to, but I'm gonna do it on my sewing machine. All right, so we have our one long piece. We can cut this excess out. All right, so now lastly, we're gonna attach it to the pants. You just wanna take this and put it on the inside. And then you can line the seams up however you like, clip it, and then you take it to the sewing machine, sew it all the way around on the edge, and then you can unfold it, turn it back up. If you want it to remain in place, you can add a like a tacking stitch. You can do it by hand or you can do it with your sewing machine. I did it right on the seams on one side and on the other side. But if you are in a position where sometimes you're going to wear it with flat shoes and sometimes you're going to wear it with heels, and you want to be able to make this cuff shorter or longer, then you can just take some safety pins whenever you wear it and put them in from the inside, and then that way these pants are length adjustable. Oh my gosh, these are an absolute dream come true. Look how tall that cuff is, a good 5 or 6 inches. The way I did them, the waistband is still like, it just barely fits, so it's not snug at all, but the hips fit. So I'm loving that. Like, these are the most comfortable pair of jeans that I own currently, so I'm super excited about that. And it's just a dream come true having these. I've wanted them so long, and I've seen short girls rock them. I'm sorry, I don't want to take anything away from my petite sisters out there, because you guys wear these so well that you just made me jelly. I needed these. Like, I needed these. I was missing out. Let me know in the comments if you are going to make these. Alright, so next up is a classic pair of mom jeans, and I'm super excited about this particular pair. They fit me perfectly in the waist and hip area. I love these because they're perfect to cuff and wear with a heel that is tied at the ankle or a nice colorful sneaker. So I'm super excited about that. We're actually going to give these just a little bit of embellishment. I've seen these in several places on Pinterest and on fast fashion sites where they have the single line face drawings on embroidered onto the jeans, and I of course can do that myself, and I'm going to teach you guys how to do it. I already have one printed on there. So I do a lot of things freehand and just off the cuff, but I wanted these to be absolutely perfect. The first thing I did was I went on Pinterest and I looked up single line face drawing, and I in particular was looking for ones with fuller noses and fuller lips, and so I found these two gorgeous ones. I'm going to show you how I got this exact image onto the jeans right now. And if you don't want to sew this, this is going to be your way of actually doing these jeans without sewing. So you are going to need some type of ink pen, like an ink pen, not like a big pen. Either like a Sharpie. This is a fabric erasable. It's heat erasable, so this is gonna go away with heat. And you also need some interfacing. And the reason that interfacing works for this is because interfacing has little holes in it that, one, will allow you to see your image through the interfacing and will allow the ink to go through the interfacing onto the jean. So all I'm going to do is take my heat erasable pen and lightly, I don't have to go crazy with this, just lightly mark on here over the design. Okay, so I just finished it off with a regular pen. I guess y'all was saying put your money where your mouth is. If you think a Sharpie pen will work, then use a Sharpie pen. So I'm gonna have to do this with a Sharpie pen, which means it will be permanent. All right, so the next thing you're going to do, now that you have your design, you're going to place your interfacing on the jeans wherever you want it. And you just copy it over. You definitely want to make sure along the way that it is going through. You can see I'm holding the interfacing taut as I'm doing this, just to keep it in place. Okay, nice. And now we need to start embroidering. If you are doing no sew, from here you can take a bigger Sharpie or paint with a paintbrush or some type of paint pen, fabric marker, and go ahead and outline it once again so it stands out. But if you are embroidering, quick tip, when you are threading embroidery thread, I have white and I have black. We're gonna do the main part in black. Hopefully I have enough, and then the rest of it, we're just gonna like do a couple of outlines in white. And I'm just gonna fold the tape on here, cut it to a point, and then push it through the needle. That way you can get the whole piece of thread through there. And then just cut the tape part off, or just take the tape off. Need a length of the thread, as much as you can handle at a time. And you're going to tie a knot at the end. We are going to do an outline stitch, and what you want to do is come out from the inside first. Then you'll come over about 2 stitch lengths and come up halfway through. Then you'll go up just like 2 stitch lengths again and come back up that same hole that you just came through. And then you just continue like that, 1 stitch length at a time. Oh yeah, that's gonna be nice. So you can see that start to develop. And we're gonna keep doing that all the way following the whole entire line. All right, here we go. It is turning out absolutely beautifully. I'm so excited about it. I'm down to the last bit for the black, but I wanted to show you guys how I am turning corners and also how to end your stitch. If you're going whatever curve you're going around, you want to be pulling that thread towards the outside of that curve, and then as you turn the curve, you just continue. You don't change directions. You just continue going around the curve. All right, once I get to the end, I'll just take it back through. From the inside, I'll take it through a little piece of the fabric, and then I'll take the thread that just came through the fabric and I'll wrap it around the needle twice, and that's how I make my knot. And I'll just pull it through. Just make sure it makes a little knot at the end, then I can cut the excess. And I actually had enough thread, just enough thread. This is all that I have left. Just debating whether I want to keep them really simple like this, or do I want to add the white thread? What do you guys think I should do? I'm scared because the white thread is going to be like arbitrary. I don't have like a paper. All right, so I decided what I'm going to do. I am going to add the white, and basically I am going to take a line down the cheek and around to kind of like mimic where another cheek would be, and then back behind the ear. And then on this side, I'm just going to do just a hint of a silhouette for the neck, and then the bridge of the nose, and then to just take that up, trail it off, and it's just going to end. I think it's going to be super dope, but we'll see. Y'all, I could not be happier with the way these turned out. I mean, like, look at those girls. I told you guys I specifically chose ones with features kind of like mine, but I was so nervous about the white. I'm not even gonna lie. I was so nervous that I would mess it up with the white because the white had to be free-handed. But to me, it made it even more Afrocentric to me, because she looks like, I mean, almost like an antelope. And oh yes, 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 these are a win for me. Yes, I'm loving these. So you guys let me know if you're going to do it with pen, if you're going to do it with paint, or if you're actually going to embroider, or something totally different, and what you're interested in embroidering onto your jeans. All right, next up we have our 80s and 90s era baggy denim. I don't usually go for these, but I am interested in this particular pair because it is a little bit too big for me, so it's going to be perfect so that I can cut down the seam and add some fringe. So this idea I actually had recently from the runway, because we know fringe is everywhere right now. And our renegade of the week for this week, Soleil Blama, she had jeans with fringe on them, as well as somebody sent me a picture of them with jogging pants with fringe. So I'm super excited about this project. All we're going to need for this is this pair of jeans and another pair of just either scraps or just a scrap pair of jeans. The first thing I'm going to do is to cut right up the side seam. If your jeans currently fit you, then you are going to use a seam ripper to do this. And I'm going to do that on both sides. The next thing we're going to do is cut a couple of strips from our other pair of jeans. However wide you want, or long you want your fringe to be, that's how wide this strip should be. All right, so the next thing we want to do, now that we have our 2 strips, one for each side, they are long enough. If not, just create enough strips so that you get the length of your pants. You want to turn your pants inside out. All right, so the next thing you want to do is put your strip, lay it in between the layers. You want it to be facing the front portion. And you sandwich it inside. Then you go to your sewing machine and sew it back together. All the way from the waistband to the hem. All right, so that's what they look like now. They're these jeans with this giant flap on the side. And all we have to do now is cut about 1/2 inch slits all the way down the side, and we can throw them in the washing machine and we will be done. All right, so here they are out of the wash. You can definitely leave them like this with the strings hanging. I am most likely going to cut away a lot of the white strings and just leave the fuzzy blue fray. All right, we're getting a little bit spicy with the fringe, and I want to thank Soleil so much for the inspiration for these. And I mean, like we said, the runway is just full of fringe right now, and so you actually can put whatever type of fringe you want on the side. They sell different like lace or whatever you call it that has the fringe on it, and you could just add it to the side of your jeans, or you can do it like this with the denim. I'm really glad that I cut away that extra white part because I wasn't digging that very much. I like this a lot better with it. Yeah, it just looks more cohesive to me. So as I wash it over time, there may be a few more that I'll have to cut, but the more you wash it, it'll kind of lock those fibers together more. So hopefully this will wear very well. And I am really loving this, and I can't wait. I cannot wait to style these. All right, so next up are cargo jeans. These are super big. Like, everybody's wearing cargo jeans right now. Typically, they normally have like those big pockets on the side. These don't. They're a little bit more of a girly fit because they really fit great around my curves and the butt area. But they do have that cargo element on the back with those big back pockets. But I have been seeing on some runways and different places colored cargo pants or cargo jeans, and I am super excited to try this dye that I have had forever to make these green. All right, I'm just following the instructions on the back of the package, so whether you use the Dylan or the RIT, it'll be pretty much the same, but just make sure you follow your instructions. The first thing you want to do is dissolve this because it's not liquid. You want to dissolve it in 4 cups of warm water. All right, so next you're going to take 4 teaspoons of salt and put that in your big bucket of water. You should have a bucket of warm water that is big enough to hold water that will cover the top of the jeans. And once the salt is dissolved, you'll want to go ahead and pour in the dye and dissolve. All right, once that's stirred in well, you will want to take your damp jeans, and your jeans should be clean, whatever you're dyeing. It should be clean and it should be damp, and you want to fully submerge it into the dye. And you want to stir it for 15 minutes straight through, and then after that, periodically all the way through to 45 minutes. All right, it's currently 8 o'clock. I started this project at 3 o'clock, so that means these have been in here for 5 hours. The reason I left them in so long, even though it said only an hour, is because I wanted them to be green and not a hint of green. I've seen those in the men's section at thrift stores, and I don't like them. So take this bucket and pour it out, rinse these jeans out, and then wash them in a mild detergent.
Wait, didn't I say I didn't want a hint of green? Back to the drawing board. So I'm gonna try removing the color with bleach. I'm just gonna pour into a bucket of hot water, a mid-sized bottle of bleach, and stir it around for a couple of hours. Now I will warn you that they say that bleach does degrade your fabric, so RIT does have a color remover that you can use. And I'll leave them in there until they're almost white. I didn't want them all the way white, but almost. So then I'll pour the bleach out and rinse the jeans really, really well. And then I'll go ahead and throw those in the washing machine to just get all of the bleach out. Then I'll refill the bucket with enough hot water to cover the jeans. And I am actually using Rit synthetic dye this time. Yes, I am using this for jeans. It's the only thing I could find at the time. So I am trying it. And I'm just gonna put the whole bottle in because at this point, I'm not quite sure if this is actually gonna work. But I'm just gonna dissolve it in the bucket and then go ahead and put the jeans in there. Stir it around for an hour and a half. Yes, continual stirring I did for an hour and a half. And this is how they turned out. And this time, instead of rinsing them, I hung them up to dry overnight. Then I put them in the washing machine with just a very little bit of detergent, and then I put them in the dryer.
All right, so are you guys ready to see the final color? Super nervous. I was nervous about this one, but here's the final color. Oh, I love that color. Like, dyeing is such, like, I am not an expert dye person by any means, but I am super excited that these came out like this. This project could have gone like so bad. I was afraid that I was gonna lose this pair. So that's why I did green, because almost any shade would have been okay with me. Bright colors are definitely very in, so definitely let me know what color you are interested in dyeing yours, and whether you would try to do it like I did the first pair where you dye it on top of the blue, or like I did the second time where you take the color out and then color it, and what color you would use. So yes, I am super excited about these. Cannot wait to style them. I think I'm gonna style them with another color. Like, I'm definitely, if I'm doing color, I'm doing color and color. So yes, super excited about that. I hope you guys will definitely check back next week for the styling video. I know that you're going to love it. We are back in our space in my recording room. You guys know that it was full of just stuff for a long time because we moved back into the house, and I needed a staging room in order to put everything, you know, so that we can fix up the rest of the house. So thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely subscribe if you've enjoyed this. Definitely subscribe and turn on all notifications so you don't miss a thing. And I have another video with 4 other jean tutorials where it's teaching you how to upsize your jeans in really cool ways. So definitely check that out right here, as well as some other jean tutorials that I have. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!